Hello everyone. I am Vinay Koja from WinLinux Tutors. Today in this lecture we are going to discuss what is Amazon EC2. Amazon EC2 is a service which helps us to launch the instances. Everyone in the who is dealing with the cloud computing in his day-to-day life has gone through this scenario where he is using or she is using the Amazon EC2. But they really don't know like what are the basic benefits of you having a Amazon EC2, right? So first of all, let's understand that by the name, like what is the real meaning of EC2? Why they have given EC and 2 as the number? Why? So the E indicates elastic, the one first C indicates the compute, and the third word that is again a C that indicates cloud. Okay, so C and 2 indicates the two C's in the name, compute and the cloud. Okay, so we need to understand like what is the difference between a virtual machine, right? Why we are using the EC2? Why not other features? Why not some other virtual machines, right? So there is a lot of difference. So one by one we will discuss these features which are listed below. Here, first of all, the Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud provides us a scalable computing capacity, okay, which helps us to auto scale our processes or the resources which are allocated for our system. Okay, so let's understand in the feature of the system. Let's suppose that we are having two machines. Okay, let's compare the two machines. First machine is our regular machine. I will just name it as RM. Okay, and I have the another machine that is my Amazon machine. Okay, so I will just name it as AM. So AM is also receiving the 1K of 1000 request. Okay, and at the same moment, my regular machine is also receiving the 1000 request per time. Okay, so now let's say that 90% or 80% of the CPU is being used. 80% of CPU is being used, and same here, 80% of CPU is being used here also. Then what is the difference? Like, what is the difference between the regular machine and the Amazon machine? So if the regular machine is hitting up to 80%, all the other tasks will be slowed down and even the machine may crash. Okay, and even the machine may crash because of the overloading. But in the case of our Amazon machine, in the case of our EC2 machine, I would say specifically, this will scale up to the, let's say that before it was having the 2 GB of RAM. Okay, so let's say that it will just scale to 4 GB of RAM or it will scale to the 6 GB of RAM according to the requirement. Okay, according to the requirement. There are so many tools or services which are available in the Amazon Web Services which can help us to automate these processes. Just a very basic example I would take of having the Amazon in our services, auto scaling. Auto scaling helps us to have auto scale of our resources. Okay, what kind of resources? You can scale up your storage. Let's say that 200 of GB is available for your storage capacity. Now, at the same moment, like 80 to 70% of storage is filled up. Okay, 80 to 70% of storage is filled up. So automatically our system will identify, okay, we are having an overload or over space. So it will just increase to the 300 GB or to the 400 GB according to the configurations mentioned, right? But here, if the same problem, the same scenario happens here in our regular machine, what we are need to do, we need to go there or we need to assign some more additional storages to avoid the storage problem. Okay, you can compare the regular machine as your mobile phone. Okay, like in the mobile phone, like we are going to have like around 128 GB, and if the 128 GB is about to fill like 90% of, so it will indicate you like, okay, please delete some data or please delete this particular application. Okay, so these problems are not faced in the cloud computing because of the auto scaling feature which is given by the Amazon. Not only Amazon, other service providers like Azure, GCP, everybody is providing the auto scaling in their platforms. Now, we do see another feature, that is persistent storage volume. So first of all, we need to understand what is the meaning of persistent. Persistent means on the permanent basis. Okay, so we will be having the permanent storage volumes. why we need to have a separate why we are treating this as a separate feature in the cloud computing is because when you terminate or when you delete or when you remove a particular instance, so storage which is associated or which is merged with that particular instance will get deleted. All of your data will be vanished within seconds, right? So this should not happen with us. So to overcome this problem, we have introduced like persistent storage volume. Okay, so persistent storage volume help us to store our data separately somewhere else. Okay, so only thing that we will be using from the EC2 is their CPU, memory, and the networking capacity. Okay, storage are done somewhere else, just like you are mounting your pen drive in your system. So it's the same stuff, just on the permanent basis. The third feature that I will say that pre-configured templates, a very popular feature which is available on the cloud platform Amazon Web Services, that is Amazon Machine Images. So every operating system has their own image. If you go for the Windows, they have their own ISO image. For the operating system, we say it as the ISO image, right? In the cloud machine for the Amazon machines, okay, we say them as the AMIs. Okay, what does it means? What they signifies is pre-configured templates. Let's say that I have launched an EC2 instance and I have developed some applications, or I have configured some, I have created or developed some piece of code there. Okay, and I configured the environments for my practice, right? But at the same time, like I want my friend also, like, okay, you can also do the same. You can just start your practice by on the cloud. And the question he will ask me, like, I have to do a lot of setup and that's very hectic for me. I can't do that. I don't have enough time. Okay, so as of now, like he don't want to invest his time in this, right? So he's very familiar, but he doesn't want to invest his time. So what you will say, let me just create an Amazon machine image for you and you can use my image at the same time while I am also using it, right? So what is the benefit? Like you're having a pre-configured template of your own work, okay, that can be used by someone else also. So it is same like you are pushing up your containers to the Docker Hub. Okay, so we'll talk about more of the Docker and containers in our upcoming sessions, but that's all about the Amazon EC2 and the some features of Amazon EC2. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.